Welcome to your yoga practice. Thank you so much for joining me for this ladder flow today. We are going to be building on each phase that we do. So we'll start with a little series and then we'll build a couple of steps or maybe 3 or 4 steps each time we go through it. It's going to start out simple, but then we will get into more challenging poses. So if you are new to the practice, make sure that you go at your pace. Make sure that you are taking necessary modifications, and you can always be inspired by some of the poses to try out later. If you're ready for some of those poses today, go ahead and give them a go, or if you're very confident in them, then do it as well. I hope you enjoy your practice. I look forward to guiding you through. This practice is going to start low to the ground, so go ahead and take a seat on your shins, prepping for a child's pose, and then we'll walk the hands forward to the top of the mat. Release the forehead down to the ground. Go ahead and let the full weight of the head rest heavy to the support of the floor. Take a deep inhale to fill the back body all the way down to the sacrum. And as you exhale, feel the weight of the hips heavy on the heels. Now we'll press the palms down and rise to a tabletop, beginning your cat-cow. As you inhale, arch the back, lift the chin. And as you exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under. Keep that going. Big inhale, arch the back, lift the chin. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine. Good. Every time you inhale, you'll arch, and every time you exhale, you'll round. So your pace might be a little bit different than mine, which is perfectly fine. Press down through your shins. Now keep the knees wide and start to circle your hips back and around. So you're going to move up towards the right wrist, left wrist, and back towards the left heel, right heel. Moving in a big circle to warm up your hips and your shoulders. Good. Next time you come back to the left heel, reverse those circles, going over left wrist, right heel, left heel. Beautiful. Keep that big rotation going. Keep the breath nice and deep. We'll come back to a neutral spine, this time tucking the toes under, move the knees to neutral, and we'll roll down to a cobra pose. Inhale to rise up into that cobra. If you want to lift the hips up, you're welcome to. If you want to lift the knees up, you can make it an up dog. Good. Tuck the chin in, round the upper back, and then start to move to a down dog. Straighten out the upper back, the low back and mid back, and press your heels towards the floor. Good. You might lift and lower the heels a couple of times if that feels nice to stretch your calves. And then start to walk your feet to your hands for a forward fold at the top of your mat. Hang the head heavy. Inhale to halfway lift, and then exhale to fold. We're going to rise to stand on the inhale, sweep your arms overhead, and then as you exhale, bring the arms down by the sides. We're going to do half sun salutation. So prepping here, inhale, lift the arms up, and as you exhale, forward bend, hinging deep at the hips. Halfway lift on your inhale. Step your right foot to the back of the mat, lower the knee and rise to a low crescent lunge. And then we'll set the hands down and move to down dog. Right foot moves forward. Go ahead and step it between the palms, lower the left knee and rise, low crescent lunge. Press the left shin down, and then we're going to move to forward fold at the top of the mat. Rise to stand on your inhale. Bring your hands down on the exhale. Come all the way to fold. Step your left foot back. Same dance. Inhale, lift the hands, low crescent lunge. And as you exhale, move to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Left foot goes forward first this time. Moving into a low lunge, lower the right knee, rise, low lunge. Forward fold on the exhale. Rise to stand on the inhale. You got it. This time bring the hands down by the sides. Pause for a brief moment. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, forward bend. Good. Step the right foot back. This time, keep the back knee lifted, lift the chest, and step to down dog. Right foot forward, stay in that runner's lunge, come onto the fingertips, and then step to forward fold as you breathe out. Inhale, rise to stand. You got it. As you exhale, right back down, forward fold. Left foot back. Come into that lunge. You might hover the fingers and then step to down dog, exhale. Step the left foot forward, hover the fingers, runner's lunge. Forward fold as you breathe out. Beautiful. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach up and look up. Bring the arms down as you exhale again. Inhale, arms back up. Breathe in deep. Forward fold as you breathe out. Nice. Right foot back. High crescent lunge. Lift the arms. Keep the knee lifted. Down dog as you exhale. Breathe out completely. And then step the right foot forward. Inhaling to rise into high crescent lunge. Forward fold on your exhale. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, rise to stand. And we're going to go right back down into that forward bend. Left foot back this time. Inhale, rise, high crescent lunge. Exhale to downward facing dog. Breathe out the whole time you move back. And then breathe in as you step left foot forward and rise. High lunge, left side. Exhale, forward fold, top of the mat. Good. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach up, look up. Exhale, arms down by the sides. Good. Now inhale to chair pose. Bend the knees. Stay there. Keep breathing. On an exhale, you're going to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And then exhale to a chaturanga. So you can step or hop your feet back. Inhale to a cobra or up dog. Exhale to a downward facing dog. You've got this. Now lift the right leg. Step the right foot between the palms. Spin the left heel down and rise up. This is warrior one. Bend deep into the right knee. And then as you exhale, lower the palms. Bend the elbows and chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Stick with it. Inhale, lift the left leg. Now step it through. It's the same thing as the other side. Lower the right heel, lift the arms, inhale. Chaturanga on your exhale. Lower the palms, step back, and bend the elbows. Same out breath. Now your in breath is like coming up out of water. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push the heels down. This is a moment of rest, so you can also take child's pose here. You can also take an inversion of your choice if you want to do dolphin or handstand, headstand. Take a few more deep breaths through the nose. Good. Now bend your knees, look at your thumbs, and hop to forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Bend the knees, chair pose. And then rise to stand. Breathe out completely. Going back in. Inhale to chair. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Hop back. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Now inhale. Lift the right leg. Step the foot between the palms and rise up. Warrior one. Inhale. Interlace your hands behind you as you exhale. Draw the knuckles down. Breathe in as you lift your chest. And then exhale as you bow forward inside of the right knee. This is humble warrior. Lift the arms away from the back. And then as you inhale, rise back up to warrior one. And as you exhale, move to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And you'll inhale to lift the left leg. Same dance, other side. Step the foot between the palms and rise. Big breath in. Warrior one. Push the back heel down. Interlace the hands behind you. Draw the knuckles down towards that heel. Inhale. And then dive forward. Humble warrior. Inside of that left thigh. Inhale to rise. Warrior one. Exhale to take your chaturanga, stepping back and bending the elbows. Inhale to up dog, straighten the arms. Exhale to down dog, arms and legs go straight. Deep pike in the hips. Again, this is your resting pose. We have about 5 breaths here, so you can take whatever position feels like a good rest for you. If you do stay in down dog, make sure you drive down through the knuckles and fingerprints as well. Same if you're in your dolphin pose. Child's pose is an excellent place to go here as well. Coordinate the breath. We'll meet back in a forward fold at the top of the mat and then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now chair pose as you inhale. Bend the knees, lift the chest. Stand on the exhale. Good. Bend the knees, chair pose, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Step or hop to your chaturanga. You're going to lower down and then rise to up dog on the inhale. Move to down dog on the exhale. On your inhale, lift the right leg. And as you exhale, this time, bend the right knee, tap the right tricep. Inhale, send it back up. You got it. Exhale, trap the left tricep. Inhale, send it back up. As you exhale, step that foot between the palms. And we're gonna rise back up. Warrior 2 this time. Spin the left heel down. Good. Steady gaze over the right fingers. Flip the right palm and reverse your warrior. Inhale. Move to side angle on the exhale. Take the left bicep up by the ear. Look past it. Inhale, reversed warrior. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands to chaturanga. You'll step the right foot back. Maybe keep it lifted as you lower down, bending the elbows. And then inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. For the other side, as you inhale, lift the left leg. Bend the knee, tap the left tricep. As you inhale, send it up and back. And as you exhale, tap the right tricep. Good, big inhale, send it up and back. You know where we're headed this time. You're gonna step that foot between the palms, rise up to warrior 2. And in that warrior 2, look over the left hand. Keep the breath nice and deep. Flip the left palm, reverse your warrior, inhale. Stick with it, side angle as you exhale. Look up past your right tricep, and then inhale to reverse warrior. Look up past your left tricep to cartwheel into chaturanga. Stepping back, you might keep the left foot lifted this time as you lower down, bend the elbows. Inhale, first time, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and this is your rest again. So remember, you can take any pose that you'd like here. If you want to take your child's pose, that's a great place to go. If you want to stay in down dog, that's a strong place to be as well. If you want to take dolphin pose or forearm stand, have at it. Good. Now coming back to down dog, bend the knees and hop to chaturanga. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to chair pose. Stand on your exhale. This time we're gonna walk the feet wide, prepping for a squat. Inhale to reach the arms up, bend the knees and elbows, come down into malasana. Sink the hips deep. Try to create such a deep crease in both hips. Now place the hands down, come to a forward fold. On your inhale, halfway lift, and then step or hop to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Adding on, inhale, the right leg lifts. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, tap the right tricep, or take your flying pigeon. Now you're welcome to stay in your flying position or move through that same sequence as last time, tapping opposite tricep. Inhale, lift the right leg up no matter what. Step the right foot through and rise to warrior 2. You got it. Inhale, straighten the right leg, reach forward for triangle pose. Set the right hand down inside of the right calf, lift the left hand high, look to the left hand. Straighten both legs firm. Long through the spine, so both sides of the body, or really all 4 sides of the body, are nice and long. Good. Try to create more length in your wingspan. Rise back up to warrior 2. Keep that length in the wingspan. We're going to set the left hand on the left hip and move to half moon. You can keep the left hand on the left hip or you can reach it up, your choice, but try to keep that flying heel level with the flying hip. Spin the flying hip up over the base hip. If you're more advanced, you can look up to the left hand. We're going to step back to warrior 2, reverse as prep for chaturanga, big inhale, and then cartwheel the hands to the floor and take your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, big inhale, lift the left leg. And as you exhale, bring it to the left tricep. You can either fly or you can move through that same series as before. Tapping opposite tricep. Good. We're all going to meet back in 3-legged dog. Left leg goes high as you inhale. Step it through on your exhale for warrior 2. Rise up. Big breath in. Straighten the left leg. Start to reach forward to move into triangle pose. The right arm goes high this time. Try to keep the arms perpendicular to the floor so you're having this big open wingspan. There's a tendency to reach the right arm back a little bit further towards the wall behind you. Don't let it happen. Imagine you're in a toaster slot. Yes. Keep the breath deep. Rebend the left knee and rise to warrior two. Reverse your warrior as prep. Move into your half moon. Right arm rises. Right heel lifts, level with the right hip. Now keep the pinky toe edge side of your right foot parallel to the ceiling. If you have a more advanced practice, you'll look up to the right hand. You might even float the left hand. Is the low back long? Very nice. Come back to warrior two, reverse that second warrior. Big inhale, and then cartwheel to chaturanga. Bending the elbows lower down. Inhale, up dog. And as you exhale, downward facing dog for your rest. So take that rest. What rest do you need right now? Do you need child's pose? Do you need down dog? Do you need some handstand play? Take it. Let's meet back in a downward facing dog. Heels drive down. Now bend the knees, look forward and hop to Malasana squat. Drop the hips deep. Good. Now pushing the feet down, rise up, wide stance. Bring the arms down. We're gonna go back in, inhale, arms up. Malasana squat on your exhale. Keep the knees wide. Now, if you'd rather do your crow pose here as an option, you're gonna plant the palms. Place the hands, make sure your hands are on the mat because we will have the option to hop back to chaturanga when we're ready for it. So lift the heels up into the glutes. Push down through the knuckles, drive heels to butt. And then if you wanna hop to chaturanga, do it. Inhale to up dog. You can step there as well. Exhale to downward facing dog. Good, now inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, one breath in your flying lizard. Exhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog, and then bring it to tap, left tricep. Inhale, right leg up. As you exhale, step the foot between the palms and rise to warrior two. From warrior two, reverse, inhale. Good, straighten the right leg, move right into triangle pose. Inhale. Rebend the right knee, exhale. Now we're gonna move into that half moon position. Take whatever entrance feels smooth for you. And then this time we'll have the option. You can stay in that half moon or bend the top knee. Chapasana or sugarcane variation. You're gonna reach back if you're taking it so that the right hand clasps the outside of the ankle. Spin the shoulder and the hip back so that you're opening up like an ice skater. Try to keep the whole front of your torso facing the wall in front of you. Press down through the big toe mound of your right foot. You've got it. And then release to half moon and back to warrior two. Inhale. Good, straighten the right leg, quarter turn that foot and hop the heels in for goddess pose. You'll bend the knees and stack them right over your heels. Bend the elbows and stack your palms or heels of the hands right over the elbows. Draw the elbows back just slightly so you broaden across the chest. Feel the elegance of your collarbones here as you sink the hips deep, squeeze the glutes, and maybe even squeeze the pelvic floor muscles. We're gonna straighten the legs. Turn back to a warrior two, front of your mat. Inhale, reversed warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. You're welcome to keep the right leg lifted if you liked that variation. Either way, we're gonna set the foot down, lift to upward facing dog, and downward facing dog will take us back on an exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg, bend the knee, bring it forward and fly, lizard pose. Bring it up and back, three-legged dog, and then as you exhale, tap the right elbow. Inhale, send it up and back, you've got it. Now as you exhale, step the foot between the palms. Stick with me, warrior two. Good. Inhale, reverse warrior two. Exhale, triangle pose. Straighten both legs. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Move yourself into that half moon. So scoot the foot forward perhaps. Hop it forward, and then take that half moon, your expression. So if you want to stay an extended half moon, you can. If you want to take the Chapasana variation, move into that by bending the top knee. Kick that right foot, that top of the right foot, into the palm. So you have a very firm clasp. Hand pushes against the foot, foot pushes against the hand. If you feel great, you can look up to the ceiling. You might even lift your left hand here. Straighten the left leg as much as you can. You got it. Release the bind, half moon, and then warrior two. Land it. Straighten the left leg, quarter turn the foot, and move towards your goddess pose. You're going to bend elbows, knees, and wrists. This time, option to lift the heels if you're feeling extra feisty. You might hover the heels over the floor. Sink the hips a little bit deeper, and if you're feeling extra fiery, start to pulse the hips up and down, up and down. Good. Lower your heels, bring your hands to your hips, and then rise up, turn to warrior two. Inhale, reversed warrior. Exhale, chaturanga. Option to keep that left foot lifted as you move through your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Great work. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We're gonna start to cool it down after this, so if you want a little extra fire before we cool it down, you can lower the elbows to the mat and move into your dolphin pose. If you have forearm stand in your practice, please take that here, even if it's lifting one leg, pausing, lifting the other leg, pausing, prepping for it. If you feel like staying in that forearm stand, you're driving heels to earth, putting a deep pike in your hips. Now we're all going to lower the knees to the ground and rise up, prepping for camel pose. Opening up the hip creases after closing them quite a bit, you're going to set the hands on the lower back. Now, option here to keep the fingertips facing down, but I'm going to offer fingertips flipped up towards the pant line. Start to arch back, lift the chin, lift the chest. Try to keep your hips stacked over your knees. Another option is to lower the hands down to the heels. So if you want to take that deeper variation, do it, but make sure you're pressing chest to ceiling. Tip the chin back, open your throat space. Your space of communication. And then to move out, bring the hips back, hands back to the hips, and then hips back to the heels. Good. Take a seated cat pose, so round the back. You can cup the hands around the knees here as you tuck the chin into the chest, pull back. Good. And then stretch your legs out in front of you. Move down onto the back, preparing for a little bit of quarter work. You're going to tuck the chin in towards the chest, lift the head and shoulders, and as you inhale, extend the arms and legs out to hover. As you exhale, curl into a ball. Inhale, stretch, and then exhale, curl in. Inhale, take a full body stretch, hover the hands and the feet, and then exhale, curl it in. Inhale, stretch. You got it. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, stretch out long. And exhale, curl in tight. Inhale, stretch. Low back stays down. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, stretch. Exhale to tuck. Last one. Inhale, stretch. You got it. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, stretch. Now place the hands behind you and start to take very slow bicycles. Inhaling to center and exhaling to switch. Inhale to center, exhale to switch. Inhale to center, exhale to switch. Inhale, center, exhale, switch. Keep that pace. Inhale, center, exhale, switch. Inhale, center, exhale, switch. You got it. Now straighten out your top leg. Take your right arm outside of the left thigh and start to pulse for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come back to centered bicycles. Inhale to center, exhale to switch. Inhale, center, exhale to switch. Keep it going. Keep the breath slow. Good. Keep the low back pressing to the floor. Keep it there the whole time. You're going to pause with that left elbow up and then pulsing on the other side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Pulse up to the toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Lower the head and shoulders. Slowly lower the heels like you don't even want to. Good. And then release. We're going to come into a bridge pose to stretch the abdominals open now that we've compressed them quite a bit. So bring your arms down by the sides, lift the hips up. You're welcome to crawl your shoulder blades closer together and release the fingers. You're also welcome to take a wheel. If you're taking wheel, place the hands by the head, lift the hips up high. Now imagine you have a beach ball between your knees and you're trying to pop the beach ball. So squeeze the knees in. But you don't need to touch them. There's still some space there. There's some pressure, imaginary pressure against them. Slowly lower back down into a bridge if you took wheel, and then everybody roll out of wheel. Vertebrae, vertebrae, vertebrae. Hug into a tight little ball, decompress the spine, compress the abdominal muscles. Beautiful work. And then release it back down. We're going to do a second round of bridge or wheel. So place the arms down by the sides, lift the hips. If you're going into wheel, hands come by the sides. I encourage you, if you took first round of wheel, take second round of wheel. This wheel, we're working on straight legs. So as much as you can, push the heels down. Imagine you're trying to stand on your feet. You got it. Keep that beach ball effect. So you're popping a beach ball between your knees, but you're also straightening your knees. You're pushing the heels of the hands down. You're dropping the chin back for one more inhale. You've got it. And then exhale to a bridge pose if you're not already there. We're all going to roll out of bridge pose. Vertebrae, vertebrae, vertebrae. This time keep the arms where they're at, like a full body stretch arms position, and windshield wiper your knees side to side. Yes. Nice little release for the psoas, the abdominals, maybe the hips, the back. You're doing beautiful work, and we've got one more bridge pose or wheel pose. If you took 1 or 2 rounds of wheel, you're taking that third round. Stick with me. Place the hands by the head, lift up. This one is not focusing on straightening the legs. It's focusing on closing that distance between your hands and feet. So walk the hands closer to the feet. You got it. Even if it's a centimeter, even if it's a foot, you're walking hands closer to feet. You can do it. Now imagine that you're pushing your chest into a wall. Imagine your arms and chest are pushing into that wall. Very slowly lower out of it into bridge, and we'll all release down. Beautiful work. Very, 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 very nice. You're going to lift the feet up. Now you can stay in that waterfall position if that's what feels best to decompress your back. You can keep the legs stretched straight up. You could even move to a wall and do legs up the wall at this point if you wanted to. A really nice counter pose to that wheel is plow. So if you feel that the low back would enjoy plow pose, move into that instead. You're going to reach the toes up over the head. Touch them down behind that top edge of your mat, or I guess back edge of your mat. Keep in mind this is not necessary. It's not for visual effect. It's for sensational effect. So if it feels better to do legs up the wall or waterfall position, keep that. If it feels good to do your plow or your deaf man's pose, do that. This is all for your low back. So imagine that you're treating your low back to the most fine date that it wants to be on. Good. Release whatever you have going on. You're going to take the feet all the way down. Now for myself, especially after doing a series of wheel pose, I like to take Ardha Shavasana rather than Shavasana because it's nice for my low back, but if it feels good for you to extend your legs out, take that. If you'd rather end your practice with Ardha Shavasana, knees stay bent and knock in towards each other. Awesome job on today's practice, you guys. That was not an easy flow. Thank you for sticking with me through that. If you have stuck through to the end, make sure that you hit the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel as well. I bring you yoga videos and workout videos consistently, and I look forward to bringing you more content real soon. Have a good rest of your day.